Yay, all right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's recording.
Awesome. So, good morning, Year 4. Today, I've got a very special book. It's got many pictures, but I want you guys to just close your eyes, and I want you guys to imagine that you are there, okay? So everything I'm going to read, I want you to pretend like you're in the midst of it. I want you guys to describe, after I've finished the pages, I want you guys to describe to me what you guys saw, okay? So the book is Adventure and Survival. So everybody just close your eyes, and I want you guys to use your imaginations, okay? It's December 10th, 1833. I was 4 when my mum and dad put me in the workhouse. I was 9th in our family, and they were all too poor to keep me. When I was 8, I was sent back to work in a cotton mill in Nottingham. We worked long hours picking cotton slush from under the machine, and sometimes fell asleep there. A few years later, when I was 13, with clothes so ragged, I nearly froze in winter, I stole a shirt from a washing machine. I was caught and sent before a judge. Today, I learned I'll be transported to a place called Van Diemen's Land. Nobody knows about it. It's all on the other side of the world. Okay, so that's just the first page. Can somebody please tell me what they imagine? It's a little bit hard because there's not many describing words, but can somebody tell me what you guys imagined when you guys close your eyes?
A farm.
A farm, yeah. Cotton fields. Okay, so the next page has got a little bit more describing words. You guys can definitely tell the difference between the use of describing words in a story. Right, so close your eyes again, and remember, I want you guys to use your listening ears and listen very closely. December 1833 to May 1834. The next 6 months were the worst of my life. We were taken to Portsmouth and dumped into a rotting hulk of an old ship. Mine had been a levitation and had fought the battle at Trafalgar with Nelson. You could still see places where the cannonballs had hit, and no one had plugged the holes properly. It was wet, dark, and stinking inside. As soon as we arrived, we were soaked in cold water. Our hair was cut, and we were given rough prison clothes. We had to hand over any money we had, not that I had much more than 3 pence, and could only keep things little things like a comb. Then we had an iron chain and ball attached to our ankle, so we couldn't try and swim ashore. Everybody was cruel in the hulk. The men bullied us and stole from us. The guards and wardens all took half our food before it even got to us, and punished us for nothing. Once, I got in trouble because my leg irons were dirty, and when I polished them with a wag, I got beaten again because they were too shiny. Every day we were rowed ashore with our irons to work. We were chained together in a gang and made to pick up stones and rubbish. Sometimes people would come and stare at us. Once I heard a mother telling her child we were chained up to teach us to behave better. Ooh, all right, so you guys can open your eyes again. Sorry, there's a lot of more describing words. So can somebody please tell me what the ship might have been like? So there's a sense of it.
Old.
Yeah. So it's a rotting hulk of an old ship. Can somebody tell me what a hulk is? A hulk. Yeah. Yeah. So it's an old ship. It's stripped of all its fillings, so there's no chandeliers or anything. And it's also normally docked, but of course they brought it out for the convicts. Okay. All right. So does anybody know much about the First Fleet? I know you guys did that in grade 3. Do you guys remember?
People came over from Britain because they were prisoners and they were convicts.
Yeah. Awesome. Good job, Cassie. All right. We're going to watch a short film, all right?
Imaginative narrative is a genre or type of fiction writing. The word imaginative means using your imagination, and a narrative is a story. So when you write an imaginative narrative, you use your imagination to write a fiction story that could not really happen in real life. This genre is also sometimes called fantasy. Let's look at a few books and decide if they are imaginative narratives or not. The Lonely Unicorn. Is this an imaginative narrative? Yes. Unicorns are pretend creatures, so I know that this is a fantasy story. How about this book? All About Dogs. That doesn't sound like a story, does it? This sounds more like an informational book that teaches you facts. What about Monster Monday? Someone definitely used their imagination to write this story, didn't they? A Day at the Beach. This looks like a story, but it seems realistic, like it could really happen. So this is not an imaginative story. Are you ready to start writing your own imaginative narrative? Check out the next episode to see how I begin brainstorming ideas for my story.
Awesome. So after watching that video, can somebody please tell us what an imaginary text is? Is it maybe
Use
something?
your imagination.
Yeah, awesome. So it's not telling facts. It's just using your imagination. All right. So an imaginary narrative always uses the pronoun I, and is always done in present time, in the present tense. And the characters will take the readers on an adventure throughout a made-up land. Imaginary texts set the scene by using describing words like decisive, quickly, ginormous. Can somebody please think of any words that are describing words?
Massive.
Massive. Awesome.
Dangerous.
Sorry, what did you say?
Dangerous.
Dangerous. Awesome. Maybe let's get one more. Okay. Scary. Awesome. So we have our 3 describing words there. So if we are doing an imaginative text, can somebody please tell me why we are going to be writing a story about the first fleet? Can somebody tell me what imaginative text has in common with the... Sorry, I forgot to tell you guys. But the task at the end of the unit is going to be writing a diary about you imagining that you are one of the first fleet over to Australia. And you have to write a diary journal for me. But can somebody tell me what makes that an imaginative text?
Because we weren't there.
Exactly. We have to use our imagination. Awesome. So I am going to read a story. I want you guys to close your eyes again, okay? And this is going to be just to kind of reinforce the importance of using a describing word for imaginative text. So the reader can imagine what you're writing, like a movie screen in your head. All right, so everyone close your eyes again. All right. Standing on his hind legs, its rare magical stallion is fearless. His ears are turned back up while his noble-looking head is held high. His all-black coat glistens in the late afternoon sun. His face displays a strong confidence with his nostrils flared, his veins bulging out of his cheekbones, his fairy black eyes burning holes into the souls of whoever stares into them. His neck muscles are tense and thickened with adrenaline. His black mane is thrown into the wind like a flag, rippling in the winds of a tornado. His muscular front legs are brought up to his chest, displaying his flashing grey hooves that could crush a man's skull with one blow. His backbone and underbelly were held almost straight up, and his hindquarters were tense. His back legs were spread apart for balance. His back hooves were pressed into the earth. Therefore, his hooves could cause deep gouges in the weight of his body on the soil. His black tail is held straight back up, and every once in a while a burst of wind catches it, and it floats back down into place like an elegant piece of silk falling from the sky. His bravery and strength are what made his breed prized as a warhorse. So can somebody please tell me some of the what you imagined when I was reading this text?
A big horse.
Big horse, right? what I imagine a massive field with a big angry horse who got spooked and he's up on his back legs. I feel like you could really get a picture from that story, hey? So the importance of using describing words can really make a difference to your story and the attention that your readers pay and how you enwrap your audience. So, could somebody please tell me, I know we haven't really done anything like that, but I know you guys have heard what structures of bodies of text do you guys see in imaginative text? Maybe a sizzling. Yeah, so we've got our introduction. Our introduction is where we have our sizzling start, so something that really captures the audience. What about the second one? What comes after the introduction?
A paragraph.
Topic sentence. We got complication. So in the introduction, you introduce the scene, you introduce your characters, and then you go into your complication. So this complication could be someone tripped you and stole your money, or the opportunities are endless. So whatever happens to your character or the characters around. And then what comes after the complication?
That wouldn't be the resolution, would it, Miss Van Eysen?
It sure is. So that's where you wrap up all your facts and you give a nice resolution to your story. So he chased the guy down and he got his money back, or something like that, right? So obviously the fleet won't have a happy ending, but we can try and make it as happy as possible at the end of the day, hey? Awesome. So for our last activity, I really want us to work together for this one. So I'm going to say a sentence, right? And it's going to be a pretty boring sentence. I want you guys to work together. We can make this sentence exciting, all right? So my sentence is, this morning I got out of bed, brushed my teeth and my hair. I then went downstairs and ate breakfast before school. Were you interested? Could you be like, I want to hear what happens next? How about the first part? This morning I got out of bed. Who can come up with a few describing words that really make that sentence come to life?
You could change got out of to jumped.
Jump. I jumped out of bed this morning. Anyone else?
I leaped out of bed this morning.
Leaped out of bed. Do you see how that kind of describes how they're feeling that day as well? So if you leap out of bed, it's probably going to be a good day, hey. If you crawl out of bed, it's going to be a pretty average day. That describing word can really make a difference to the sentence. What about, I brushed my teeth and my hair? Anything that I can use to describe that sentence, make it a little bit more to life? What about
that your hair was really knotty?
Yeah, so something about the space of my hair. What about this morning I jumped out of bed, brushed my teeth with my new toothbrush, and brushed my knotty hair. Do you guys have a feeling, a sense of that, what I'm doing that day? Yeah, and how I'm feeling? What about the last part? I went downstairs, ate breakfast, and went to school. How do you think we can make that more exciting?
Ate breakfast quickly.
Quickly. What about what type of cereal? Was it a big bowl? Was it a small bowl? See, there's things like that, little details that can really enhance your story. So when we go into our journal article at the end of the unit, we are going to be writing a story about the day. So we'll talk about that a little bit more later on though. But yeah, any questions?
No, that was good.
No, I don't. Sorry, you did really well. Good job.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh.
You hit that record button again, Marlies, it'll stop it.
Oh,
Yeah, hit